Cigar City Radio is sponsored by No Clubs and StateMedia.com. Find out about upcoming concerts in Tampa Bay by visiting StateMedia.com and tagging No Clubs on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Use the hashtag #WeAreConcerts.
Welcome to Cigar City Radio. I'm your host, Randy Ojeda, and making the magic happen, Mr. Jason Solanas.
Hello, folks.
This is a very special episode of Cigar City Radio. It's actually a track breakdown and commentary from the band Air Review. This is the first single, People Say Things Change, from their forthcoming album, How We Got By, which is out June 21st on Velvet Blue Music. So they break the track down in a very amazing way, and it's a really cool story. And we'd love to do more of this kind of things with more bands because Air Review just knocked it out of the park, and we think this is really rad. So it's quick, it's dirty. It's not dirty at all, but it's quick, and it's a really great explanation of what's going on behind the scenes in this track. So check it out. Check out Air Review. You can follow them on Instagram at Air Review. So here it is, track breakdown for People Say Things Change by Air Review.
Hi, this is Jeff from Air Review. This commentary is about our record, How We Got By, what the songs are about, how we made them, and what inspired us to make them. This episode is on the first single, People Say Things Change. It's about navigating loss, true friendship, and how a great bass line can change everything. Thanks for listening.
Do you want me to start it further along or just from the start?
Started at the beginning, and let me think about what I'm going to say here. One of the most pivotal moments for me in the writing process of this whole record, but especially this song, was the Frank Ocean song, Nikes. I loved that groovy beat and the delay on the kick drum, and I just wanted to write something that had that like rolling feel. The key thing I wanted Dragon to talk about was the bass line that you wrote.
I do not remember that.
Oh, I remember it vividly. You were sitting down.
I really wanted to play drums that night. I remember that. That I do remember. Don't remember playing bass.
So we were kind of stuck, and Dragon puts his guitar down and stinking walks over to the bass, picks up the bass, and anytime Dragon gets off his instrument, we eye roll and we're like, here we go.
Exactly.
It's like
The night is over.
It's going to be some jam session with a 14-year-old on whatever instrument he's on, right? So he picks it up and he rips into this boom, 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 and it was magical.
Which I still don't remember.
And oftentimes it takes a musician getting out of their comfort zone of their instrument to come up with something great.
That I thought I was your Holy Ghost.
I was on a trip with some friends, and one night we were hanging out at the cabin, playing games and just having a good time. And at some point, I noticed my girlfriend was across the room with tears in her eyes.
Last night, across the room, I saw your eyes, they were afloat.
And I realized it had been exactly 2 months since her mother had passed away.
You said that nothing felt right, and you just can't let it go.
And I went over to her, and I wanted so badly to make her feel better, to make it okay. But I knew that I couldn't. So I just sat next to her and looked at her and tried to communicate that I know and I'm with you. And I think that's exactly what we were doing for each other in the process of writing this record. When we would sit on the back porch after a writing session and just sit together, sometimes not even talking, we held space and were present through the struggle and said, hey, I don't know if it's ever going to be okay again, but whatever you're in, I'll be in it with you.
People say things change, yeah, but I know better. Unless you stand in the rain, you'll never let this.
So I remember hearing the lyric, unless you stand in the rain, and not quite understanding what that meant. Could you explain that?
Yeah, that line in the song was inspired by the scene in The Shawshank Redemption. You know, when he escapes from prison and he has to go through the sewage lines, and then he comes out in this like ditch and he's all covered in sewage, and he stands up and he raises his arms as the rain pours down over him and washes all of that stuff off of him. And I just love that image of being transformed. And so with the song, what I wanted to say is, if you go through the thing that is hurting you, then maybe when you get to the other side, it will give you some special knowledge. It will transform you in a way. And like, there's no way to avoid the thing. So if you do own it, then maybe you'll get something from it that you wouldn't have otherwise.
People say things change, yeah, but I know better. Unless you feel the pain. People say things change.
Go to wherever you listen to music to hear the full version of People Say Things Change. And go to airreview.net to hear full original demos, remixes, and other stuff. This is Jeff. Thanks for listening.